Was another episode of Tacos and Tracks, episode 3. This is my brother, who go by as Javier Luna. He's in my first project on Scraps, the second track on Yellow. He's on the last verse if you're curious to see how he sounds. And yeah, I'm super excited. He's also the reason why we made Tacos and Tracks possible, because we were just brainstorming ideas and then we just came up to it, and then 3 episodes later, here we are.
Yes,
so
sir.
This is from El Rucon. There's a new location they open in Lake Worth and Dixie Road. Their marketing is just great. I always see their Instagram and stuff. So we'll see how good these tacos. I got chorizo, and then he got al pastor.
Yes, sir. Al pastor.
So
the only way you should get tacos.
So yeah. So we'll see. And then we got my Mexican Coke and sangria.
Really good.
So anyways, while we're sitting up here, how'd you come up with Javier Luna?
Javier Luna.
Because it used to be B Legend 10 years ago.
So I think, so it was actually more than 10 years ago. It was probably closer to
09, right?
15 years ago when I started rapping. I called myself B Legend. I don't know how that happened. It just happened one day.
Iconic.
And it kind of felt like an aha moment. But over time, I think I've just evolved as a person, more mature. I don't think I'm the same person I was when I was B Legend. And I got Javier Luna from Javier, which is my middle name. And then Luna was just I think combination. Like I've always wanted something to do with like space or astronauts, and Luna just kind of fit perfectly. And maybe something like Cash Luna had to do with it. There's this like preacher whose name is Cash Luna, and I thought it was always pretty cool. And we are kind of similar in some ways, so I think it just made sense to be Javier Luna.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, I tell people all the time that, you know, I started having that passion for writing lyrics and recording, all because of my brother, because I saw it firsthand. You know, he was recording music, which was pretty inspiring, because it's like, it made me realize like anyone can make music. You don't have to go to a crazy studio. You can do it yourself. And I saw that he was doing it, and I just got really inspired. I learned to starting to write lyrics, and it took me years of practicing, and I was always pretty good at writing in school, and I've always practiced so much with other things. So we've been pretty much doing everything together, so we support each other. And then, you know, he stopped making music, and then that's when I started actually making music seriously. So I'll ask you this: since you stopped the music, because I can only guess maybe 2011 after high school. 2012, and then I did see you going back a little bit here and there, but does it get frustrating for you when you didn't make music, or what? Like, what was that gap like?
Yeah, I think when I think about it, it is frustrating that I didn't have an outlet. I mean, I think growing up, I've always been, I don't want to say artistic, but I've always felt like I was creative. And, you know, when you become an adult, graduate college, get a job, I feel like you forget who you are and you become almost like a corporate drone.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, where it's just like, it's a routine where it's just like work, sleep. You know, you live for the weekend. And when I think about it, it is frustrating that for some period of time I didn't make any music or any creative outlet at all. And it's time goes by so fast. It's just like, it doesn't feel like it's been 10 years. It feels like, you know, memory that I can still recall. That doesn't feel that long ago. But when you mention it, 2012 was actually 12 years ago. So going to the studio with you, which year was that, like 21 or 20?
2020. Yeah, that's when I first started going to studios.
Yeah, going to the studio and then actually recording the song that we made together. It was really like, wow, wow, I could have done this 5 years ago. Like, because like Jared said, I never went to a studio when I recorded music. I did everything myself except the beat production. But I would record, mix, and master. I don't know what I was doing, but I didn't know going to a studio was that accessible, especially here in South Florida.
Yeah, but also it's like, you don't have to go to a studio, and it's just one of those things where back, and I know it sounds like it's a long time, but it doesn't feel like a long time. But back in like 09 or 2010, 11, 12, it wasn't as developed as now. Like now you can freely work independently making music without a problem in the bathroom if you wanted to. Maybe not the bathroom, but anywhere, right? But back in 2009, it was just now starting that. Like independent artists were just now going because back then you still had to rely on a record deal. Now you don't really need to. Now you just have to rely on TikTok, views, a little bit of marketing, a little bit of that promotion, and you could get signed or not signed, and you can still be successful.
True, yeah. I think the artist has a lot of power today compared to even 10 years ago, where you're right, it was kind of needed a label. And to find a studio was actually not that easy because Google, we take for granted today, but back then it was still like Yellow Pages. And it was
word of mouth.
Word of mouth. So if you didn't know where a studio was, or you knew someone, then you probably didn't know where they were.
Yeah, that's true.
So.
Now you did mention to me you do have an Instagram page, right?
Yes.
What's it called again?
So I do have an Instagram page where it's basically where I'm going to post like my photography, videography. See those fast reflexes? Videography.
Spider-Man?
And just anything, like, I guess, me being myself. And it's separated from my personal stuff. So it's javier.luna.art.
So javier.luna.art.
Correct.
Okay.
And appreciate if you give me a follow, and I'll be posting there.
Yeah, because if you don't know, like my brother, I'm not going to go in detail, but he does do marketing. And he has a lot of experience in that and things like that. So I'm assuming you learned a lot more into photography because of your job, right? And your career.
And I think that's why I enjoy my career so much, is because I always wanted to be that creative person. And when working in marketing allows me to do that, and, being creative with the ads you run is art to me. So like they say, it's not work to me. It's really just being artistic, creative, and it's really fun.
Yeah, that's why I think so far in this episode, I think that it's really like the moral of the story is, don't be afraid to be creative. Don't be afraid to be weird. Don't be afraid to be yourself. Because I've struggled a lot on, being myself when I was a kid because, I was just weird. I just like a lot of different stuff. I still love a lot of different music and genres that a lot of people may not know. And, because I was influenced by not only my brother, but like my dad, and then family, and then myself discovering all this different music. And my brother also was an influence on his appreciation of his artists and stuff like that. So again, I'm going to pull the Nardwar. I'm always going to shout out Nardwar because he's the GOAT. This is his gift. What do you think it is, actually? Because it's not Christmas.
No clue. Maybe it's the Bible or something. I have no
Could
clue.
be a Bible. Could be. So this is an artist where I grew a fascination over time based on how intellectual he is, despite all his controversy.
All right, I already know what it is.
You already know what it is?
That's what it is, and I appreciate it.
I don't know if you already have the book, but it came out in 1999 as an autobiography.
This is called The Hot Road. Actually, you know what? I've always wanted this book, and I've never got it. The Long, Hard Road Out of Hell. And actually, I've always wanted it, never had it, and I appreciate it. Jared knows me very well. He's my brother, but yeah, Marilyn Manson has always been.
Yeah, explain a bit more about Marilyn, because I have my opinions and they're positive. So, yeah.
Marilyn Manson has to be my all-time favorite artist. For one, teaching me that it's okay to question what is being told to you, and that it's okay to like something that no one else likes, and I think that really helped me during a time where I felt like I couldn't be who I wanted to be. And regardless of the controversies, Marilyn Manson will always hold a very soft spot in my heart. And I'm actually going to go see him September 15th, September 14th in Atlanta. And yeah,
Nice.
he's amazing, and he's not like anyone else, really. You can't really you can see where he gets his inspiration from, but you can't tell me that he is like someone else. And parents, don't tell your kids what not to listen to, because you just tell them what to listen to.
Exactly. You grew your fascination by being so trapped on getting restricted. And I think that's both of our struggles growing up as a kid. I'm not gonna sit here and compare what type of struggles or how restricted it was, but we both did go some sort of like restriction of you can't listen to this type of artist because he is known based on the media too, because the media is very toxic, because it can, and even till today, a lot of people are blinded because they trust Instagram, Facebook on this fact that's not even true, you know, and we're so gullible, you know.
Yeah. Sure. Well, definitely, Mr. Nardwar. I appreciate it. That's pretty awesome. I've always wanted this, and like Jared said, yeah, it's good thing is a lot of things can be repaired, and life is good at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I
love his interviews. I think that's why I grew his fascination, because there's this one interview, I don't know if it's 1996 or 1997, but it's a talk show. I don't remember the guy's name. I think it's Jeff Dunham. Well, it was a 90s.
Riley?
No, it was a 90s talk show. And basically it's about, you can find it on YouTube, talking about mosh pits and how it's so dangerous, or was so dangerous or whatever. And it could cause a kill, and there was just that back and forth with parents and young adults with mosh pits and all of that. And then they also interviewed Marilyn Manson and his band about it, and it's just like the presentation. People look at him and they're like, oh my God, like he's so terrifying. But when you hear him speak about what he's talking about, it's like he knows his shit. You feel me? Like he knows what he's talking about, and he's not that crazy. It's just the appearance makes people walk away or feel some type of way because it's not normal. And that not normal has to be erased, because what is normal? Nothing is normal. I'm already desensitized with so much shit. I don't even know what's weird anymore, because I've already seen crazy shit in my life. You get me? But that's one of my favorite interviews. Check it out on YouTube. It's great.
Yeah. I think I know what you're talking about. It's like a really old 90s talk show.
Yeah.
It's like some old white guy, like he kind of looks like Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
But yeah, I appreciate that, and just give a quick shout out to El Rincon. That's what it is, right? El Rincon. I'm gonna say the tacos were really good. I'm very particular with tacos, but I would say I'd give Rincon a solid 8 out of 10. And if you're in West Palm Beach, check them out for sure.
Yeah.
They're really good.
They're pretty good. I got chorizo.
The green sauce was really good too.
I didn't try it.
Yeah, green sauce was good. I didn't try the red one, but the green one's good.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm also a huge taco critic, you know, but if you go to South Florida or you stay in South Florida, try it. They have other stuff, like, not really known for the tacos. Like, they have like this pizza birria, and different types of birria, like burger birria, stuff that you don't normally see, and the place itself is really clean. It looks new, everything. So try that out too at Rucon. Check them out. Check your Javier Luna on his track. I don't know if he'll ever make music again or be consistent.
You'll be surprised. There's probably something there already.
But yeah, just follow that Instagram page, and you can see any updates in his life and stuff. You know, he's also here from South Florida, and support your local talent, your local, you know, neighbor.
Yeah. If you're a small business owner, you want to grow your business using online marketing or just marketing in general, traditional, hit me up. I got you, by the way, too.
Yeah. So check that out. And this is episode 3.
Tacos and Tracks, Nahuna.